past, the present, the future.
can run. Welcome everybody to Chicagoland Motor Speedway. Ready for some Christmas night action here. We got a lot of cars, 28 registered. It's pay to raise deal, but all payouts go out to the drivers, so it's going to be pretty crazy. We'll see who's going to be naughty or nice here, because every time money's on the line, you guys know it gets a little really hectic. But I appreciate everybody joining for me. This is Joseph in the booth at Chop Shop TV. Please hit the sub. Please hit the thumbs up. Give share. Give all that stuff. Interact with me. If something's weird, let me know in the chat, because things get pretty weird sometimes. I only got the one rig for racing, so I don't got a dedicated one. I got to set it up every time, so things might be kind of off. But we're gonna get ready for some qualifying. Here is we're gonna have. I'm assuming all guys are gonna qualify, but maybe we'll see some guys start in the back, maybe some start in the pit. We'll see what kind of strategy happens here as qualifying is getting ready to go underway. Let's see if we can watch somebody here. There's Robert Kahn rolling slowly off the access road. See who's on the point here. This is Gordon Larson. Yep, Gordon Larson Jr. in the 00. Yeah, good luck, Brian, good luck. Win some cash out there. Watching Gordon Larson, let's see what he gets here. He's going to start his out lap, now take off to his first lap. It's, I'm assuming it's traditional 2-lap. Yeah, it is 2 laps. Here we'll see no one's on the leaderboard just yet. We'll see if Larson Jr. is going to be our first one. So we're going to pull up the track map. You see him coming down the back stretch, and this is a good view at Chicagoland. It's really egg-shaped. You're not really. It's going up and down. It might be me. Let me know that's better. Might be me. I was pulling away from it. Couple guys there on the leaderboard. Radford's up to the top. Larson gets it. Nice third. We'll jump over here with Ed Perry in the 33 Jaws machine. Let me know if it's still doing it. We'll sort it out. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ed Perry's going to complete his first lap here. We got a whole host of guys now ticking off time. Let's see where Ed falls under. I don't see him. He might have scuffed the wall somewhere. Maybe he got a 0x. I don't think that was his outlet. It might have been. Take another lap with him there. I was about to say is Chicagoland. You can see on the track map there. It's a nice oval shape. You're never really going straight anywhere on the racetrack, and that might lead to a little contact, especially coming off a 2 down the back stretch. That wall is nice and curved. You're not really going straight. You're still kind of turning a little bit. Where's Ed here? There's Ed. Nice 7th spot. Check out somebody else here. Robert Smith. He's got a nice Christmas scheme. Rudolph in the 118 machine. We'll get a nice zoomed in look at that. I like that baby blue snow color a lot, actually. Looks like he's going to call it quits right now. We'll see who's out. Mark Rechin here in the 24. Oh, he usually runs the 24. He's running 16 today. I know him in the 24 machine from past leagues. These guys, all these guys turning laps. I kind of thought so. At least a good majority would. Khan has the top spot right now. Whelan and Holloway are pretty much tied there. iRacing's going to give it to Whelan. Nathan Bigger to the to the 4th spot. Look at that 3-way tie. Ish, because iRacing does count past the 3rd decimal. It just doesn't show us an SDK, so it might be a little different. Here is there's Retchin. He's going to be in 20th spot. We'll find Biggert. He's still running his lap. Nope, no, this can be it. So if I switch over to, let me pull this up. Hold on. I'm going to hide that. And then if we bring up the lap result, there we go. Look at this. So they all got 0.5. I mean, Biggert and Holloway are, I can't even tell you how close that is. And then just from Holloway to Wheeling, that's nuts. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. That's pretty wild there. Good stuff from these guys. Put it back. That's everybody. I don't see anybody else on the track, so it looks like Wheelin's going to take it for the time being unless someone's going to sneak it in, which is possible. See if someone's holding out on us, but we got roughly a little less than 30 seconds, so I don't think it's going to happen. Appreciate everybody again. All 15 of you, just let me know what's up. 3-1,000. There you go. I gotta write some notes down. 3-1,000. That's nuts, isn't it? That's crazy right there. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate the the info there. Letting us all know how. I mean, it's. Jeez. I mean, you could see a race end like that close. I mean, it's just a bumper maybe. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great racing. Lots of cars on the track. That's going to be it as we're going to pull up our grid here. I'll go down the first good amount of rows here. Robert Kahn's going to take the pole. Speaking of pole, let's go down. There we go. Down to the pole. Robert Kahn's going to take it. Greg Reeling in second. Look at those differences. Daniel Holloway in third in the 21 machine. In-race reporter. Yeah, for sure. No kidding. Nathan Biggert in fourth place. Len McNissy. Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate it. It's going to be a good one, man. There's a lot of cars on the track. This is going to be awesome. 150 laps. I'll run down the race info here in a second. Chantal Pottle in sixth there. I like her car, too. It's the number 5 up there next to the Speedway logo in the third row. I dig that splatter paint. It's got the Fox logos you typically see in dirt. I dig that splatter paint look. Anthony Bledsoe, Eric Blount, outside 8th. Russ Hancock 9th. Randy Bledsoe 10th. Outside to go Jerry. Jerry says, woo. Go Jerry. Woo. Here's Ed Perry 11th outside top. Just outside the top 10th. Troy Redford in 12th as we go down the lines. It's going to always lose the bot. Here we go. Blake Trowick. Gordon Larson Jr. 13th, 14th. Todd Poston. Corey Griffin 16th. Adam Robertson, Jerry Culver, there's Jerry, in 18th. Tim Lee, 19th. Mark Richin in 20th. Outside the 20th, Steve Rada, Robert Smith, Robert Church, Tim Williams. Lots of cars. Look at this. Towards the end, Michael Pratt, Doug Wysocki. Somebody tell me if I'm saying that wrong. I'm probably saying it wrong. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brian Rainville and Ray Radford's going to round out our field here in shotgun at the tail end here. The 60 running some. So the best part of this is it's some old school Mark Martin throwback colors. That's what it looks like with that metal. I dig that sweeping look. That's not. I haven't seen a paint like that. That's like a modern take to some Mark Martin. I dig it. But it's on a Ford. That's the best part. The number's a little offset. I think that might. I don't know if that's me or iRacing or. Put it on the wrong section of the training pin. I don't know. I'll hit a refresh just in case it won't hurt. As everybody's gonna coast around here. Pull up all our back up. That refresh there. Let it catch back up. It's gone. Well, it says it's up to date. So, all right, here we go. Pace car is gonna dive in here. We're gonna get ready for some green flag racing. It's straight shot. I love me some Mark Martin. It's out. Robert Kahn's it's loading in here, but Robert Kahn's going to take it here going into turn number 1. Here, that's Daniel Holloway. He's got Greg Wheeling to his outside, bigger on the outside there. About third row back. It's going to be quite hectic here as everybody's coming down. Nice and smooth down the back stretch. Lots of cars everywhere. I don't think I've called a race with this many cars. It's crazy. 94 here, taking a peek at the this Russ Hancock, the 343. Maybe his area code. He's gonna take it from him, but the 343. Oh, I thought he was gonna take a look. He takes a little checkup there. Not to get into the 94. Now the 6 has a great run there. Another Mark Martin throwback. Dig it. That's Eric Blount. Yeah. Let me, thanks for letting me know. All right, here we go. I'll turn it down a little bit. Might be me. See, that's better. It might be just me. So you see everybody going down. Little sketchy there for the 94. It's going to lose some momentum there on the exit. I thought I had the track back up. It's weird here. Robert Kahn still in front, but he's got a battle here with the 21 of Daniel Holloway in the pair of Fords, actually. Motorcraft Ford there. It's going to, real tight there. Take the top spot there. He's going to go to the pole here. 20, I think. Kahn's running 21. He is. Yep. He's got a 21 paint. He's got 8 on every. We'll be right. Those guys sorted out first, second, third. Pottle gets to third. Biggert secures fourth. These guys are able to start getting single file, but it's a bit of a mess back here. This is about 11th through, you can go all the way to the back there. They're all pretty clumped up. Lots of room for position, lots of opportunities for position as we see the 16 underneath the 343. Little bit of checkup there. 94 backing up the outside lane. 81, 343. That gives the 16 a couple more spots. 31 following suit. The 19 of Culver there as well. In the that's a Chevrolet. That one. I know we're all used to seeing the Bass Pro on some Toyota bodies. Hey, thanks Joshua as well for. And just like I said, let me know if something's weird. I'll fix it. Single file here for good most. Jordy 343 got a little loose. There, that's Hancock on the entry. 3 wide, 116. I think that's 116. 118. Smith backs out. They're going to split them here. Coming down the backstretch, the 5 and the 28. 118 gathered it. Smith gathered it back up there. Live to fight another day. Don't get too excited. Don't compound mistakes. That's the big thing I have that I try to preach is you made a mistake. That's fine. Car got a little squirrely. It's good. It's still nice and clean. Don't make it worse. Put your head back down and tick off some laps there. As we're working lap number 7 of 150. Plenty of time. It's a straight shot, though. A little bit of work to do. We're not going to have straight stage breaks or anything as we pull up our race info here real quick. It's going to be presented by Virtual Velocity Racing, how the Grinch stole Christmas 2023 Annual Christmas Race. Obviously, a Chicagoland fixed setups, 150 laps. 1 faster pairs just in case they get kind of crazy. 2 tire sets only. 3 total, counting the one you start with. Half a tank of fuel. And it's a $10 entry, so these guys are racing for some money. It's all the payouts go to the drivers there. I'm not too sure what the payout order is, if it's everybody or if it's just top X spots there, but we'll carry on here as these guys they're really getting dicey here. This is towards the back here, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 343. Hancock has 19th. Back, there's Church underneath the 8. Here we go down the back stretch. Trying to get everything he can get. You see a lot of cars ahead of him. Lots of this field's going to start to separate pretty good here. Tire wear's going to come into play. But if you take care of your equipment, you'll start to slowly pick them off here. Maybe get some pretty good strategy. Find out as Kahn is still ahead of Holloway, a pair of 21 Fords here. Holloway's going to have a good run. Great corner exit down the backstretch up to his bumper. Looks like he's going to be riding around the high side. See if he can get some momentum as these two have started to check out from Larson Jr. here in third. Larson's going to cut down to the apron, but it's got to be a little careful. You see some hand movement there. Can get a little squirrely back there, and then behind him it's going to be a dogfight here. Biggert's got 4th spot. These guys are trying to take it. Blounton, the 6, Griffin, and the 3 up top gets the great corner exit underneath the 01. 31 is coming along for the right. That's Todd Poston. Another dig that too. That a little loose there. Those colors, the anime colors. The 3 gets 4th spot. They're all catching Larson Jr. Looks like little check up there for the 01. 31 checks up, slides a little bit up the track, not to hit. Bigger That might open up the door for Eric Blount here, who we're riding with. See a little early checkup. I dig those. Man, that just the red, white, blue. Like it. Liam Nessie here watching the action unfold as they sort it out for the time being. We got a battle up front. Holloway is attacking Robert Cotton here in the 21. These guys are side by side. They're pulling away. Looks like he's going to get the speed down the backstretch, but 21 still in position to stay alongside him. As they continue to fight there, these groups, it's turned into one big group now. They're staying single file. They're going to start to cast the leaders. This is smart racing right here. They've kind of sorted out their positions and not really solidified, but picked a spot to ride around in, and they're going to start to cast the leaders here, racing side by side. It looks like Khan has took over the spot. Holloway still running the top side, not quite done there. Let's see if those guys start to catch up as Poston now going on the attack above Nathan Biggert. Lots of high R rating guys here all over the field. So we move towards the back. 94. I think that's 94. It's another little group here. Yep, 94 was on the apron there, trying to cut a little bit of time there. 45 leads this group. Mark Retchin's the last car on the tail end. Right behind Pottle is the top. It's that top 10 right here. This is the 10th place car. See a little bit different lines, and then Tim Williams in the 45 leads the second group here. 3 wide back there behind him. It's going to get a little dicey. They check up. 3 there. Backed up a little bit. They didn't want none of that. 16 laps here. Then it kind of gets a little separated through the field. These guys still trying to sort out their spots. Every spot counts there. Here's another little pack back here. This is 22nd spot. I think that's Blake in the 50. Carwick in the 56 has 19th spot. 22nd, this 4-pack here. Coming down in turn number 1, and then we got another couple stragglers here through the field. Perry gonna need some help here. Might be thinking some strategy. Second to last, and then Ray here at the tail end. Pretty good ways behind, but you're never really out there. This might be by design, as these guys they're racing fairly close. But it might just get a little hectic here. As we come back up to the front, we're watching the trio here. Double O Larson Jr. in second. The 21 of Holloway's fallen back to third as Robert Kahn starting to pull away just a tad bit. He's got a little bit of a gap between these guys. Holloway starting to fall off here as Poston and Biggert here are trying to follow them suit. Fading in. Okay, hang on. Thought I fixed it. I'm not too sure why it's doing that. Give me a second. All right, let me know if that's better. See if that's better. There you go. Khan still leading the charge here. A little less than half a second, about 4/10 over Larson Jr. Now starting to close in. Holloway's got a battle here with the 3 of Cody Griffin, excuse me. And Preston here might be under fire by Nathan Biggert. 20 years of smiles. I like that. On the spoiler there, 20 years of smiles. That's Poston just ahead of them. This is the top 6 here, riding with Biggert in 6th place. He's going to get a great run here. Good corner entry off the exit. Lots of speed. Trying to make that corner as straight as you can. Get some straight line speed down the backstretch. Gets alongside him. Difficult to complete the pass, though. It looks like he might get just enough rotation here to clear the 31. He does. Good job by Biggert there. taking over the 5th spot. These guys are starting to separate here in the top 5. Coming back here, there's the 84. That's Len McNessie. Bit of an island Pato here, trying to take a peek there at the number 6, the Blount. Let me know if I'm saying his name wrong, or if anybody knows. It might be. I'm probably saying it. I'll have. Looks like something happened to Mark. Just caught it there in the wall. Looks like he just came off pit road when I snapped to him. He's all over the wall right now. So we'll ride with Mark here. Maybe got some apron. Let's see. Just plaster to the wall, so no caution. Little free there. But he hangs on to it. And then it just went. That looks like a mechanical issue, like a wheel issue. His wheel just went dead. You see that? Just snapped dead straight. Oh, it's like his wheel went unplugged or something got weird. Sucks for Mark. He's a lap down right now. See if he gets some help there. Watching Jerry Culver here in between Bledsoe and Bledsoe. I'm willing to bet they're related. Randy Bledsoe ahead of him. And then Anthony Bledsoe right behind him. See how the field's starting to single file out. Lots of tire wear coming into play. A big strategy of mine to be in a big race like this would to be kind of right around, try to find a solid spot, not fight too hard and wear your tire out too much, and then start to pick them off as the race goes on. As we should be approaching some green flag pit stops here. Working lap 26 now. As Con leads Griffin and Larson Jr. down into turn number 1. Couple battles here and there, the different lines. Bledsoe there, that's Randy Bledsoe in the blue car right there. Just a little bit of wall action, not too bad for him. Oh, right there on the front stretch, someone sideways.
Got you loud and clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl.
Backwards. It's the 45. That's Tim Williams. That was with the anime car.
Check your radio connections.
Can't quite remember who runs that car. I think Smith. No, it might have been Smith. We'll take a look there and see.
You got a good copy?
Tim Lee backwards. That looked like it. Not Tim Lee. Was it? No, not Tim Lee. It was the other Tim Williams. There we go. Excuse me. Tim Williams backwards. I'm willing to bet someone drifted up. It might have been the 45 as he was coming across the nose from my point of view from that camera angle, but we'll take a look at it and see what happened. Williams here involved with the 31 of, let me see, not too familiar with these guys. Gotta bear with me. I think his number's different also. Well, let me. That's the 31 machine. Let me play it here. Coming off 4. Oh, he went straight. Yeah, it went straight. I'm not too sure. That's pretty side by side still. Not too sure he was there, but he kind of just went straight across. I want to say his nose, but they pretty much smacked doors. We'll take a cockpit view here, going in the corner. He had a good corner here. Just I guess he thought he was going to clear him. A little deceiving there, and it might be like I mentioned earlier that how Chicagoland's a real egg-shaped oval. It's almost deceiving there, so that might have had something to do with it as well as how curved the front stretch is. I'm gonna be careful here, and just this is one of the worst parts. You just watching cars go by and you're stuck. You gotta wait, not wreck nobody. It's cars coming down pit road. Oh, they just came off pit road. Take one more look at it. I'm trying to Let's see who this was. Well, it's, excuse me, it's gone black on me. iRacing is bugging out.
Mic off.
Didn't kick me, it's just not showing anything. Let me, interesting. I've never had this happen before. One sec. I'm gonna restart it real quick. Bear with me.
Green, green, green.
Welcome back here. We rejoin the race back on lap 34. We haven't missed much there. Apologize for the problems there. 21, Robert Kahn still, Robert Kahn still leading the way. Now under fire by Cody Griffin. Cody Griffin on the outside of the 21. Nathan Biggert takes over third here. And something happened to Holloway because he's way back here in 21st spot. Maybe some issues on pit road, but cars all over the place right now trying to find their spot. Little bit of racing action there. There's so many cars in the field. This is some great racing. As Cody Griffin here at the top spot so far. Robert Kahn, we've seen fast all night. Working lap 39 here, almost about to take it off. Biggert here, been up front the whole way. Larson Jr., Blount, all these guys here, pretty regular faces for the night right now. Pato running the top 10. Blake here underneath Brian. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's interesting. That's a lap car there. It must be then. The 56. Yeah, it skips over the 56. It looks like it's the lap. That's a lap car. Or it's just wrong here. Interesting. But all good. As Blake Tarwick. Oh, there you go. The camera's all weird. I'm just looking at it wrong. Blake Tarwick's in his place right now. Brian Rainville here running in 10th spot here. Rounds out the top 10 straight from the back. We see the top 10 cars again pulling away from a good majority of the pack right now. Chris R. says, go Biggert, and I'm assuming that's Biggert in church. Go Perry and Jerry. I like that. Perry and Jerry. It's the dynamic duo, Perry and Jerry. I like that. Ryan Rainville here from the back of the pack, closing up, slowly making his way up towards the front of the field here, but it's a big mess ahead of him. He's just being nice and patient, it looks like here, just waiting for his moment to strike as we got another battle again for the lead. Robert Kahn again underneath the 3 of Cody Griffin in the Virginia Chevrolet ahead of him. I like that white and blue. Looks really good. Oh, little contact there. Little door rubbing action there from Robert Kahn into the number 3, trying to get that spot there. Still side by side across the line. And it's let the guys close in a little bit more. Biggert on the top of Biggert. That's Larson Jr. underneath Biggert. The 16. That car is a lap down the 16. That's Mark. There you go. That's right. I'm so used to Mark seeing Mark in the 24. Mark's a lap down. He's up. Oh, more contact from the 21, muscling his way up the track. It's good. He's not afraid to put his car where he wants it and make those elbows wide, but he might not earn some friends there. It's coming down the backstretch, this whole pack of 11 cars counting Mark. And we see the rest of the field. It's just a pack of hounds here. Trying to dice their way, these guys. Someone's trying to break away and catch up to that field ahead of them, but outside the top 10, Tim Williams here leading this pack back here. 3 wide behind him. Oh, more contact. The 94 into the 8. It's got to say he didn't know he was 3 wide. He was trying to swing his car wide up the track. He hit the 54 up top, both of them. They get away with it there. 8 falls behind the 54. That's Steve Rada behind the 94, excuse me. And the 54 up top. That's Bledsoe up top behind the 45 of Tim Williams. Troy Radford, I'm trying to get these right because the numbers don't match. Troy Radford takes a hold of this group now in the 94 machine. 3 wide here. The 8 of Rada stuck in the middle, falls back a little bit. Jerry Culver in the 1928 of Robinson gets around him. 34 of Doug Wysock. I'm going to say Wysock. I might be saying it wrong. Trying to find some spots to make as well. And there's Robert Church there. Just a tail. Oh, he gets loose, hangs on to it. Little free there on the front stretch. I almost could have collected the 34 and +1 of Church there. That might have looked really bad. Church gets a grip of that to the outside. Might have a spot here. It's getting dicey. Still has a nose just barely on the number 8 down the back stretch. Trying to get everything they can get. It's getting crazy back here as well. As Radford's got a good grip here of this spot, starting to pull away. And back up to the top 10 here. We got a pretty good group here. It's broken off, though. Blount underneath Larson Jr. and the top 3 are pulling away single file. Blount underneath the double O of Larson Jr. 94 in the middle of the track. That's Greg Whelan. Podle underneath the 84 of Nessie there. Looks like some Dale Wattrip looking colors there. Nessie following the City Chevrolet double O. 56 under him now. That's Blake Tarwick, excuse me. Blake Tarwick there. And here comes Brian Rainville. Underneath, gets a good corner entry underneath the 84. See if he's got something to take care of, but he's got Tarwick just ahead of him. He's going to nose in a little bit and take that spot underneath him, flashing across the line. Lap 50, 101 laps to go. These guys are still duking it out there. I got to say, we got one more spot. Here comes Nathan Biggert underneath the 3. Little rub there, I think. We got very close. Trying to take that 3rd spot away. Biggert fighting hard. Cody Griffin real tight on the 0-1. He's squeezing him there, not letting him drift up the track and get that speed. Little pinch there never hurts. Biggert falls back in line. He's going to have to reset and try again. Blount takes over this little second pack here, 4th spot. Whelan falls in line with Podle, the trio, not top 3, the trio there. So here comes Brian Rainville closing in. These guys have, for the most part, sorted it out. There's Radford closing into that group there ever so slightly. And it's still a pack here as that Radford broke out of. Tim Williams leading this little group here. 3 wide there. Oh, looks like Jerry just matched the wall. Good right side contact by the 19. He should be okay. These cars are tanks from what I can recall. I haven't really run them since the update, but looks like he's doing okay. He has a run here on the 34. It's Jerry Culver outside the 19, I believe. Yep, there he is. Shows him in 26th, but not a lot down, so I'm going to say scoring's messed up here. Right now, the only car lap down it shows is Randy Bledsoe, who's off the track. Right here we got Steve Rada above Ed Perry in the 33. This is 17th and 18th. Rada and Perry are trying to sort that out. Robert Church is losing touch with this group here, who's looks like they got it sorted out. They're starting to single file out like we saw earlier. Tim Lee back here in the 24 machine. I dig it. I dig that those colors, black and red. That's my car. Black and red is what I run. Nice ferocious look on a Ford. See the fight there. Michael Pratt back here. Ross Hancock, Robert Smith. These guys are on some islands. There's Todd Poston, Ray Radford, and it shows Jerry Covert at the tail end of the lead lap, but it doesn't show him lap down, so it's a little odd here. As Robert Kahn still leading the way, going into turn number 3, followed by Eric Blanc. And then just a mess of cars there as they closed up again here. Biggert's fall into the clutches of this group behind him. Blanc holding firmly onto second, Kahn into first as they're catching Mark Retchen there to put him a lap down. I think, Mark was running with them, as we recall. He might have just got around them. Cody Griffin here in third spot, and then it's just a fight behind him. Thought Brian was going to go for a 3 wide there. I saw the car drift down a little bit down the backstretch, but not quite time yet. With a handful of laps to go, maybe he would have done it. But not that time yet. Still got a good amount of racing to go. So we're going to ride with Blake Tarwick here. Trailing this field, he's got a look at Brian Rainville just ahead of him side by side. Nathan Biggert and Whelan. And then Blount's leading this pack here. So we see the 60 inside. Down the backstretch. And then Poddle right behind Tarwick here. This group's broken off away from the rest of the field. First, second. Little bit of apron there, car, little free, little slideways down the front stretch for Poddle in the 5. Robert Kahn just on rails right now. Blount. These guys are going at it. Little bump there by the 01. Pushes the 3 in the corner. Little bit of extra speed, but not quite there to clear the 94. 94 gets a little bit of the apron's going to slide up. Hangs onto it there. These guys are duking it out. All that fighting might let McNessie catch back up. He was running with that group. Starting to trail off from what we can see. Then Radford behind him, who left that group back there. Larson Jr. there was running up front a good majority. Bledsoe making his way up. Holloway making his way up after, I got to assume, a bad pit stop or something. Because he started it back in 21st, 22nd, around there. Now he's trying to contend for 12th spot right now over Bledsoe. Pit stops right now. Bit of strategy going on. Williams, Perry, Rana right behind them going in. So we're going to pull up our pit stop ticker. Will that start the cycle? Poston behind them as well, coming down pit lane. 4 cars right now on pit road. We're going to go back to the field here. We'll see our ticker down there as the time on the left there counting. It's total time on pit road. Time in the box that says pit. It'll change to their total time on the pit stall. So 10 seconds, 9 seconds for Poston. That maybe some right sides only. Super fast. Right out of there, 10.9. Perry and Williams still on pit road. As we got a whole host of guys now coming down pit road. That kicked off a whole mess. Nobody wants to get caught slacking there as Blanc, Griffin, Hancock, Pratt, and the rest of the field comes out. Whoa, little bit of slideways back there was Biggert. I think Radford almost missed the pit cone. Pit stop's getting crazy. So we're going to back it up real quick. These guys are taking their service. We'll let it cycle out. Man, look at Rada right here. I'm pretty sure that's a penalty. He murdered that cone. Straight through. That's a commitment violation, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a commitment cone violation. And then super slideways for Brian right here. He made some contact with Nathan Biggert. Look at this. Real late entry. Sideways into the pit box. Biggert locks it up. Gives him a break. And they get away with it. Lots of contact there. It's getting super dicey as these guys are now coming off pit road the way they came on. As we still got a few cars. McNessie, Radford, Larson Jr., Radford back on pit road serving his penalty or he's serving it still right now. Not too sure if he left, but definitely a penalty there. Robert Smith, Larson Jr. there as well on pit road. Now just coming off. Blake Tarwicks has scored your leader right now, coming off the access road, back on track. Greg Wheeling assumes second. Robert Cott in a trio here with Blount and Cody Griffin there. Third place, we're going to put the ticker back on. Here's the track map. I had to fix it. It was bugging me. Blake Tarwick, your leader so far. It does show he made his pit stop, so we'll see if his strategy works out for him. You see his gap there to second, not that big, but big enough there. Just got to ride around here for the little bit he's got left. I think they got to stop one more time. Greg Wheelan there riding in second, third. Robert Blunt here coming off the pit cycle. Robert Kahn loses a couple spots there riding in fourth. Griffin right behind him sixth. Biggert with Brian Rainville there underneath him sixth and seventh. Pottle here in eighth. Cycles through. So coming down across the line, Doug Wysock and Michael Pratt going at it there, 9th and 10th. Daniel Holloway in the 11th there gets a spot over Bledsoe. He was fighting with Bledsoe for 12th. Gets 11th as well. Bledsoe here in 12th. Tim Lee in 13th. Steve Rada in 14th. Robert Church in 15th with Russ Hancock in 16th. Todd Poston 17th. Robert Anderson 18th. Tim Williams in 19th. Jerry Culver 20th. Len McNessie, who's running up front a good portion of the race. Just looks like some trouble there in those green flag pit stops. Troy Radford and Ray Radford here. 22nd, 23rd. Troy Radford here in the 94. I think he's a lap down from that pit cycle, from that penalty. Ray Radford, Ed Perry, 24th. Larson Jr., 25th. Also with, looks like just a bad pit stop all the way toward the back. And then Robert Smith, 26th, and Mark Richin, Randy Bledsoe would be your last two cars. They're off the racing surface right now, but right now Eric Blott under fire by Robert Kahn, who wants to lead back here, coming off the corner lap. Working lap 68 now, ticks over to 69, and they got Cody Griffin to contend with. See how patient Griffin is. I thought he was going to send it on the outside. He had a little run there. 21 scoots up the track there, a little bobbly, but so much run there for those guys on the outside. They can use up a better portion of the track. Oh, someone's in the wall. Let's go. Right in front of the leaders got dicey. Let me see who that was. Can't, I know that car. I just keep forgetting who it is. Look at this. It's 81. 31. There we go. It says it's 31. I don't think it's 31 there, but man, it's the only older two. Todd Poston. There you go. Poston with a issue here. Riding the wall. He's trying to just stay away from the leaders. It looks like just bouncing off the wall. Almost bounced into the leaders. Coming down pit road now as these guys are still going at it. Griffin assumes the lead there after those guys were duking it out. Boston, you see the ticker down the bottom of pit road right now. Steve Rada would be your last car on the lead lap so far, but he's got the leaders right behind him there, that trio. After the pit cycle, Brian Rainville here, 4th, 5th, Harwick. Something happened to Bigger. Looks like he's fallen off a little bit. Now to 7th. Biggert running in 7th behind Greg Whelan. He's got Tarwick in front of him. He's going to take a look there at Whelan. Completely clears him, sends it in there, makes a clean pass in the corner. Pratt, Jerry Culver's leading this little group, but Culver's a lap down, as well as the 3 machine right below him. Pottle's the effective leader of this group there with Holloway behind her. Just a bunch of cars scattered everywhere. Pit cycles to do that. Everybody's mixed up. Strategies everywhere. Robert Kahn is now taking over the lead here. We missed it. Excuse me. Looks like he had a good run here off the corner. This is coming out of 2 down the backstretch. The 3's running the middle. Kahn's comes off, drifts up a little bit up top, but just had a great run there. Look at the speed difference now going into 3. Gets the car to turn down and rotating. Clears the 3 there off of 4. Great move by the 21. Looks like he's the one to beat tonight. Working 75. The 3 is trying to keep up with the 21, and they're losing the 6. Ryan Renville holding on to 4th place right now. So we've got a host of cars everywhere. It's a big old mess here. 21, 84, 94 fighting for spots. Pottle has cleared those lap cars ahead of her, and Greg Whelan's got his sight sets on Tarwick. Austin looks like he's coming back down pit road. Now coming off pit road there, having some trouble there tonight. The 3 and the 19 there, laps down. 21 just trying to get himself clear of some lap traffic. Holloway running up front a good majority of the race there. Just again, I got to assume it was a bad pit cycle, that first pit stop. He's got 84 behind him. But it's a little bit of a mess here for the 21. Just lap cars everywhere. 94 takes the lap down as well, excuse me, from that pit cycle. He's kind of on an island, really. He's just got lap cars everywhere. The lap cars themselves are racing for position. The 3, 19, 94, and 84 are on the lead on the same lap, same lap together, but they're lap down. The 21 just stuck behind lap cars right now, and he's watching the cars for position to him, just ahead of the 3 there. As they're closing on the 94, Greg Whelan, who is position to the 91, but a lap ahead of the 3, 19, 94, and 84, as we mentioned earlier. 56 also positioned to the 21. We're going to be 3 wide here with the lap traffic. 94 kind of gives way. Doesn't want none of that. Robert Kahn still in front there. 3 still trailing Blott on an island now. Brian Rainville losing touch with the top 3s. He's got Biggert behind him, who's closed in to the number 8. The number 8 a lap down to the 01. Shouldn't give him too much trouble, I don't believe. Turning lap 80 now. The next car in the lead lap would be Pottle, who's a good ways away from the cars ahead of her. Then it's just this mess of cars here who's on mixed laps. Oh, man, the 84 just across the 94. Real tight there, and they're 3 wide here. The 21's just desperately trying to get himself free of these lap cars. But the 94 of Radford gets a great run on the outside. That's positioned to the 19 and the 94. 21 just being real patient. He gets a spot on the 56. It's Tarwick there, falling off a little bit. Holloway's doing a masterful job dealing with these lap cars. He's being very patient. He almost cracked the top 5 there. See the leaders way up there, down to 3 and 4. We're riding with Holloway right now, running 7th spot. Robert Kahn here, putting, I think that's Ed Perry. That's not Ed Perry, excuse me. I can't see the number on that car, but putting that car lap down. Robert Kahn here doing a great job. Cody Griffin following Kahn. He's slightly losing touch, I believe. We pull up the time. Not that time. That time. It's kind of a back and forth. You see it here. Robert Kahn, little bit a touch quicker. It's just a back and forth battle here, though. Kahn doing a good job, what we call managing the gap. No need to burn your stuff up to get seconds ahead. If you don't have to, just a win's a win, half a tenth, a bumper. I mean, just enough to give you a little buffer there as we see it tick over again. Griffin quicker that time, gains a tenth, a little over 10th. See the battle continue there between first and second. 21 pulling away just ever so slightly. I think the 3 is falling to the 6 now. The top 3 are fairly separated. Rainville is under siege here by Biggert, and Biggert does clear him to get the 4th spot. Rainville will fall to 5th with the lap car, the 45, in between them. That's Tim Williams, I believe. Tim Williams in between them in the 45. Pottle on an island, and Holloway just trying to close in there, make some ground up. Now starting to work the top side of this racetrack. Jerry Culver coming down pit road in the 19 Chevrolet. See, it's got really dark now. It's gonna... Oh, I think he missed his box. Yeah, he missed his box a little bit. He's gonna get some service done there on the 19 machine. Just not having a good night there. 21. Holloway here. Everybody pretty much separated out. Little battles here and there, but this is the long run right now. Mental fortitude is what we talk about from long runs. Looks like Steve Ryder now coming down pit road in the 8 machine. Big Evil Designs Chevrolet. That's a good looking car right there. What we're going to talk about there is long runs, mental fortitude. Oh, a little bit of contact, Perry there. And the 34, little touch there. I think the 34 got a tad loose there. That could have been pretty bad, but they get away with it. No harm, no foul. Perry going by the 34. Doug. Well, I saw Doug falling back a little bit. That wasn't for position, though. Brian Rainville now pitting early, coming down pit road to get some service. This, I believe, is the last stop of the race. Or might be wrong because it's half a tank, but we'll see. I think it's the last one. Looks like it's... I don't see them changing tires. It looks like it's fuel only for the 60. We'll see if anybody else starts coming down pit road. Robert Kahn leading the way, about just a tad over a second over Griffin. Blount has caught the 3 now. It's going to try to get by him. There goes the 60 on the apron. Couple more cars coming down pit road. Perry and Michael Pratt together here, 3 and 33 to make it to the end. Here comes second and third. This might be the race-winning move. They might get the jump there on the leader. Something we haven't talked about is the undercut. You pit just a lap or two ahead of the leader. Now we'll see if they take tires. I think it's just fuel here for everybody. That might just even out for them, but we'll have to see. Looks like it's just fuel for these guys. It was only 2 sets of tires, so they might have used them up already as everybody else is coming down to top off to finish the race. Khan now coming down pit road. You see him there on the top of your screen behind that red car. Good pit cycles for these guys. Mental fortitude, as we talk about for long green flag runs on the race, coupled with pit stops. You're so used to returning these laps, running these laps. Tires are pretty worn. Looks like Khan's taking tires. Everybody else didn't quite take tires, from what I can tell. That could be a race deciding factor. If it goes green, they'll have the freshest tires. If we get a yellow midway through, it might spell doom for the 21. If these guys saved a set. Bledsoe and Biggert here. There's Bledsoe. Biggert coming down pit road. See if Nathan Biggert takes tires. Seems like he's going to go fuel only also. These guys trying to bank on a caution right now. Pottle, I was about to say the leader with Holloway. Watch that cone. Side by side coming in together. Pottle checking up a little bit. She might have to turn in earlier than 21. Has to give way. Cody Griffin right now will cycle through to the leaders, coming around 3 and 4 right now. Holloway and Pottle are going to stop in their box and take their service. Pottle's taking tires, it looks like. Looks like 84, that Western Auto car only taking left sides. I don't think the 21 took tires. It's fuel only for Holloway. There goes Pottle and Bledsoe. Cody Griffin right now cycles out as the leader. Blount will take over second now as they shift it down. Robert Kahn in third. And this is the undercut that we spoke of earlier. Those guys pitted a couple laps earlier, I think, than Kahn. And now the difference is 5 seconds from Robert Kahn to the leader. We'll see if he has the strength, the equipment left to catch up. We don't even see him in the shot right now. We see third on the track map. They're almost the entire straightaway ahead of Robert Kahn, who's led most of this race. We'll see if he can catch Cody Griffin and Eric Blount there running first and second. Nathan Biggert takes over fourth. Rainville hanging on in fifth. Holloway moves up to sixth. They're just a position short of the top 5, slowly making his way up. Got a little bit of time, but he's going to have to hurry. Pottle, who took tires, there in 7th. Harwick 8th. Greg Williams, in 9th. And Michael Pratt in 10th from, I believe he was a lap down. He's riding in 10th right now. There's Bledsoe, 11th. Tim Lee with Doug Wysock behind 12th and 13th. Robinson will be in 14th. Robert Church in 15th. Troy Ratford, unable to so far bounce back from that pit road mistake, is in 16th. He's going to need some help for sure in the form of a caution. Tim Williams in 17th. Len McNessie in 18th. Gordon Larson Jr., who had an issue somewhere on the racetrack. We missed it, running up front, top 10, a good portion of the race. Now mired in the back. Culver in 20th. Steve Rada in 21st. Russ Hancock 22nd. Ray Radford 23rd. Robert Smith 24th. Ed Perry 25th. And Todd Poston 26th. Good amount of laps down. Gretchen and Bledsoe. Randy Bledsoe 27-28 off the racetrack. The only cars off the racetrack. So we got a battle for the lead right now. Blount wants it. Griffin has it. Blount on the inside. It's going to be tough on that inside lane, though. It's going to push a little bit. They're going to make contact. The 6 stays off the 3. And that's just letting Khan close in. Look how much ground he's made. Those guys fought. Here comes the 21 on the outside. I think he definitely took tires. He caught those guys so fast. These guys are, I believe, I got it either banking on a yellow so they can take tires into yellow, or they took their set already and they kind of just got what they got. So Khan's going to run away with it. These guys are going to battle for second. .51 laps to go at Chicagoland. Good fight here for second. Little tight on the 6. He's going to lean on the 3 coming off of the exit down the backstretch. Good separation there. Got real tight there for a second. These guys going at it. Every spot. Oh, contact there between the 6 and the 3. They're still making contact. Middle of the corner. Blount's really pushing the issue there on the 3, and the 3's headstrong, not giving way. Cody Griffin there doing a phenomenal job keeping his wits about him, because the 6 is all over them. Coming down the backstretch now. This is the fight for second place. You'd think they'd be racing for the lead like that. Looks like Blount's going to take it with a good corner there off of Cody Griffin. We'll see if Cody has some fight in him to get it back. Working the tail end of this race now. The 6 is starting to pull away from the 3. Looks like he just had a little bit of tire there, a little better tires. He starts to pull on the 3. Robert Kahn is gone, though. You see him on the track map now. He's about a quarter of a corner away from second and third. Looks like he's locked in here, barring a caution that will absolutely shake up this race. We'll see who saved his head. I got a small part of me thinks a few guys definitely did. And it would be a good idea, especially if you're not running a front with the 21. Save his set, try something different. See if you get a yellow. You'll have a tire advantage over the leader who's led most of the race, so it's not a bad call. The 6 leading the 03 or the 3 of Griffin. Biggert here in 4th. Everybody pretty much. This is not a fight for position. Oh, it is a fight position. Excuse me. Holloway falls to Tarwick. Falls to 7th now. Tarwick takes away. He's in 6th. Something happened to Brian. He's off the track. I just saw him dropping on the standings. Like, oh man, I hope he just blinked a little bit, but he just looks like he had a connection drop. He just disappears here off the corner, I believe. And just like that, I don't see him popping up. Brian Rainville, unfortunately, looks like a connection issue. So we see a big old view here of Chicagoland Speedway. We're going to take a quick break. It's been a great race. Your top 5 cars right now. It's still Kahn leading, Blount, Griffin, Biggert. We'll be right back in just a bit for the remainder of the race. Welcome back here to Chicagoland Speedway as the laps are ticking down for Robert Kahn. He can see victory just in sight. Just got to coast around here, be smooth, watch the lap traffic, and he's doing a phenomenal job here in the 21 Wood Brothers Ford, or Motorcraft Ford. There we go. One of my favorite looking cars there. I think a lot of ours, really. I know you might be a Chevy or Toyota fan, but it's one of those classics nobody can like. It's kind of like the 3-car, right? Everybody just, it's the Dale Earnhardt thing. But Kahn doing a phenomenal job right now, leading the way as we pull our track map back up. He's got a healthy lead over second and third, almost half a lap down right now to Eric or over Eric Blunt, who's in second. Pottle has taken over third from Griffin. We know Pottle took tires. We saw that during the pit stops there, and she's got second just in her sights right now, doing a great job with strategy work. Just had a good run there. Got checked up by the 5 of Church there, but the 6 is going to drift up on some old tires. That'll let Pottle underneath the 6. She might just take second place here. It looks to be clear for the Ford. And she does. It's kind of just got to be patient. Got fresher tires, you'll get them. Doing a good job there. Blunt falls to third right now. Tarwick takes over fourth from Griffin. Tarwick closing in as well. I think Tarwick took right sides only, but it looks like he took tires as well, and he's going to swallow up the 6 here. These guys hoping for a yellow somewhere in the racetrack, and they'll be back in the game. They might have some fresh tires, maybe a set left over just for the end of the race. Looks like Ray Radford was in pit road taking some tires. Poston also on pit road. Carwick's going to take over third spot over Blunt. That relegates Blunt to fourth and Griffin to fifth there. We saw those guys go at it a handful of laps ago as we're counting these laps down quickly now, pretty quick. Biggert here is going to lose a spot to Wheelan. Biggert falls to 7th. Wheelan takes over 8th, and he might lose another one to, I thought Holloway was behind him. He's not. The 118 of Smith is behind him. That's not for position for Biggert. Culvert coming down pit road. No, now just coming off pit road. Poston still on pit road there with, I'm not sure if he called it already but he's sitting there on the pit box. Griffin falling back now. He's going to lose a spot to Nathan Bigger. Those tires are just really used up here. He's hoping desperately for a yellow. Should he have another set? Real tight here. Biggert's going to get the car to point down the track. Makes that pass. Rada coming down pit road for some fuel. There he goes. Biggert takes over 6th spot. Griffin falls down to 7th. And these guys might just parked it to spot. Oh, okay, all right. That's a good teammate right there, man. Bring him a set of tires too if you have it. I'm sure these guys would want it. Misfit Zombies. He says this is Poston, parked it to spot for Holloway. That's a great teammate right there. That's something we do as well if we're wrecked or we're just in the back laps down. I'm like, yeah, I'll spot for you. That's good stuff right there. It's Poston doing some spotting work up the top. Right now, Block holding true in 4th right now. It's not falling that bad like Griffin is, but these guys just got fresher tires. They're catching them slowly but surely. 94 just able to carry more speed. Looks like he's going to get the 6 here. Cross the line side by side. He's got some lap traffic ahead of him, though. The 3 in front of him I think that's Pratt. I believe. Yeah, this Michael Pratt. They get, blocking a little bit of wall. They're a little too high on exit there. He's going to lose that spot to the 94 of Wheelan. Wheelan takes it, and Bigger closing in as well. Whoa! Oh, I thought, wow. Michael Pratt freaked me out. He braked for the corner. I thought I thought he blew up or something. When we switched to Biggard's cam, here comes Pratt down pit road. Holloway on Griffin, a little bumper there. He's going to move him up the track. Wow. He said, I got to go places. There's not enough time to mess around. That's it. I'm okay as long as you don't wreck. You don't wreck me. I mean, just don't expect. Don't get mad if you get it back. But as long as you don't wreck someone, I'm sure. Look at that. He's all over his bumper. I think it's just closing speed, but he's leaning on him. He moves Griffin out of the way up the track. Oh, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you just hit the wall and, yep, something's broke when the car's fine. And it's like a mental thing, right? You're just like, nah, something's broke. It doesn't feel right. Everybody coming down pit road for their final stop of the night. Here comes Robert Kahn. There goes Blanc. I think Blanc, let's see if they save tires for the stop. This might be the money stop. We did see Blanc's car jacked up. And he came off relatively close behind Kahn. Thanks, Striker. Appreciate it. There's Kahn. His left side's just dropped. So he stopped a lap ahead of Kahn. He's going to have some freshies. I think Kahn's dry now. He's not taking tires. This might be the money factor here. We'll see if they have enough time to catch the 21. As there goes the 21. Right now off the track. He's down the backstretch. Puddles on the top spot. Holloway, Tim Lee, they need a pit. Robert Kahn's effectively the leader. Blanc's here in 7th place. Let's see where it cycles out. He took tires when he stopped, but he's got some work to do. He's effectively a half a track behind with so few laps remaining. We'll see if it's doable. Pottle leading the way. Holloway in 2nd. Tim Lee in 3rd. Robert Kahn in 4th right now. Whelan takes 5th. Blanc, Biggert, Cody Griffin, Bledsoe. More guys down pit road here. There's McNessie, Russ Hancock. Tim Williams just exited pit road. There goes McNessie in the Western Auto Machine. Exiting pit road. Pottle now coming down with Holloway and Tim Lee. There goes Hancock. Russ Hancock there in the Coca-Cola Chevrolet. Holloway now just getting to his box. That was really, I thought he was right behind Pottle, but I guess not. Thought he entered. Oh, was mistaken there. He's taking some tires. Robert Kahn takes over the top spot with those guys pitting. Holloway now just exiting pit road. He's got Robert Church a lap down, 25 laps to go now for the 21. Pottle stays in 2nd. We'll see if she can hang on to it with 25 laps to go. I think it was a fuel-only deal for her as well. Greg Whelan takes over 3rd. Eric Blanc there with some fresh tires in 4th place. He's got a full send. He's got 25 laps to try and catch Robert Kahn. He's coming out of 4 right now. Robert Kahn is going into 3. Now coming out of 4, so they're pretty far apart. There's Blunt with the first car behind Kahn with freshest tires, I believe. He's got a lot of work to do. I mean, a lot of work, but we'll see if he can do it. 24 laps to go. Biggert here in 5th. Cody Griffin in 6th with Holloway a good ways behind in 7th place. Holloway just unable to bounce back to where he was after that. I got to say, again, that it looked like a pit road issue. He's suddenly mired in the back when I looked at the timing again. Bledsoe here underneath. Smith, it's not for position. Bledsoe in 8th. Adam Robertson in 9th. Doug Wysock in 10th. He rounds out your top 10. Michael Pratt, Tim Lee, Radford, Culver, Larson Jr., Church, Rada, A bunch of cars everywhere. There's McNessy who took tires. Tim Williams there, 20th. Perry, Smith, Radford, Tarwick, and Rainville, who's off the track now after a connection issue. It sucks. I hate those. Those are the worst. I'd rather wreck out than have a connection issue and just drop. But I guess we can see it as a mechanical failure. Robert Kahn leading the way, coming down the backstretch. Pottle just entering the backstretch now. I think they're going to even out here as neither took tires. Wheeling just slightly, maybe about a second and a half behind Pottle. I wouldn't say just slightly, but here comes Blount. He's gaining some ground, man. He's closing in. He's got about a quarter of a track down to Kahn now. Full send for Blount here. With these lap times, I mean, he's just absolutely tearing Wheeling here. I mean, he's killing him on the lap time here with those fresh tires. He's going to throw it in the corner. We'll see how patient he's going to be. This is third spot, and then Pottle's just ahead of him for second, so he can take third and second right quick here for Blount. And he needs to do it as quick as he can to get to Kahn. Looks like Pottle had an issue there. She's going to fall to the 94 and the 6. Wheeling takes second. Blount takes third. MJ Cole says, bigger, let's go. Bigger hanging out in fifth. Top 5 for him right now. There's Blount on the apron. Underneath, he's having a hard time here. He can see it. He can see it. There's Kahn dealing with lap traffic of his own. But Blount's having a hard time getting by Wheeling. And they can see the leader there in turn 1. There's Kahn. He's having to let some cars by. He's having trouble with that lap traffic. There are a couple of those guys on fresh tires, 18 to go. But he's got it's big picture racing. Manage the gap. You see those guys closing in. This is a good time to look at it. Take a glance at the mirror, glance at the relative. Hey, those guys are fighting. They're using their stuff up. I'm here cruising. Tires are nice and warm. They're not too cold. They're not overheated. These guys are throwing the car in there. They're really going at it, and they're using their equipment up. Should they catch Kahn? Will they have enough to pass him? They're really duking it out here. Blount and Wheeling, they're closing in on Kahn, but is it by design? As Blount's going to take another look at Wheeling here on the top side. The 94 is of the 6. He doesn't quite send it in there. We'll see how patient he's going to be with the 94. They can see the leader. He's on older tires just ahead of him. 16 laps to go. This time by for for Robert Kahn. But second and third are right behind him now. We might have a battle for first place between Wheeling and Blount. Pit strategy goes a long way. Big picture racing here. Ed Perry now down on pit road. They've all but swallowed up Kahn here. Wheeling got a little rub there. You saw his car jar. The 94 and the 6 go by the 21. Now this is going to be the fight for first place. How badly does the 6 want it? They're going to blow by the 21 here. 15 laps to go at Chicagoland. Oh, Blount sends it in there. Checks up. He drifted up. Almost got the 94. Had to check up. It's a classic fight. Ford versus Chevy. 94 versus 6. Going into turn number 3. And Kahn, who dominated majority of this race, is just watching that victory sail away on some older tires. These guys did a phenomenal strategy taking tires there. Blount's all over the 94 right now, though. Side by side down the backstretch. The 94, I think, caught some wall. He's going to battle back on the outside. The 8's in the way of the 6. They clear him. Side by side coming across the line. 13 laps to go for the Christmas special by Virtual Velocity Racing. That car behind them, the next car who might have a chance is Nathan Biggert. He's in third place. These guys are really going at it. That might let Biggert close in. He can see the leaders down into turn number 3 just ahead of him. Little bobbly there. These guys really going at it. 12 to go at the line. MJ Cole says Biggert's on the move. He's definitely on the move. He's third place here. Those guys are really fighting for it. He's closing in. I think Blount just cleared the nose. I thought he cleared him. 94 just has a nose. He's not giving up that easy. Tim Lee has a front row view of this fight between first and second. Blount sends it in there, drifts up. The 94 checks up early, gets a good drive off the exit. He's going to clear the 6 down the backstretch. Blount really dove it in deep, had to let off and check up. That let the 94 carry more speed. They sort it out for now. We'll see who's got some better equipment now. Will Blount have enough to close into Wheeling here? Nathan Biggert here has all but caught them. He's got lap cars side by side in front of him, though. We'll see how quickly he can dissect the traffic here. Blount again taking a peek at Wheeling. 10 to go, 9 to go now at the stripe here as these guys are flying by. These laps are ticking down, heart rates through the roof. Blount, Wheeling, they've switched spots on the racetrack. Blount to the wall, Wheeling down to the bottom. A little bit of lap traffic ahead of him. Looks like Blount really dives it in deep. Wheeling being very cordial with the corner. There's Nathan Biggert now in the picture. He's caught the top 2. He just has Tim Lee in between them, the 24 machine. Lap car separating the top 3 in each position now. That's Michael Pratt in front of the 6 as Wheeling starting to pull away from Blount. Nathan Biggert underneath the 6. He's going to take that spot from Blount. Looks like Blount has used up his equipment. Here comes Nathan Biggert. 7 laps to go for him. Will he have something for Wheeling? .94.016, first, second, third. Cody Griffin has worked his way back up to 4th, but no chance right now for a race win. He'll need a caution to help him. He definitely looks like he saved some tire for sure. He's pulling away from Eric Blount. We'll see if he can catch Wheeling now. It's got a new contender, 6 laps to go. Those guys really fought hard for the first spot, and that let Nate take care of his equipment a lot better, be real smooth through the corners, but fast. And we know Nate's good at saving some tires here. He's got a shot to win this race. He's slowly closing in. If we look at our lap time, he's just, inching his way. 41, 42, 43. He was on a tear there. Wheeling picked it up a little bit. We'll see who was quicker this time. Nate, another 10th and a half faster than the leader here. He's closing in. Wheeling's going to have some work to do here. 5 laps to go. 4.5 laps to go. Riding with the 94, Greg Wheeling. He's got the 01 Toyota all over his mirror right now. Biggert just slightly quicker. That's all you need. He's going to take a peek at the 94. Nothing quite there. Gets to his quarter panels. Real tight here. He has a nose. He's going to have that inside line with 4 to go. Let's see how hard Wheeling can fight on that high side lane after the battle with Blount. 3 to go here at the line at Chicagoland. These guys are going to give it everything they can. Biggert takes a good entry there. Whelan's to the top there. Side by side down the backstretch. Whelan's just doing a great job upstairs right now, hanging on to the lead. Checks up early there. You see that lets this car rotate. Gets back on the gas and gets all that momentum. It's like being shot out of a cannon on the high side. 2 laps to go for Biggert. Will he be able to move Whelan out of the way? Will he think about moving Whelan out of the way? Little bump and run for some money. We've seen it before, but we know Biggert's a clean driver. Side by side here, coming down the back stretch. 01 has a little bit of advantage going in the corner, but the 94 is going to take it back with some momentum on the high side. White flag coming out. 0194, 1 more lap to go. Who's going to take it? We might have a drag race down to the line. 01's going to take a little bit. Will he clear him? Has to check up a little bit. 94's got his nose door to door now. Big momentum for Wheeling on the ice on the outside. Nate needs to keep his bumper there. Side by side going into 3. Who's going to take it? We might have a drag race here. Little bit of contact. 01, 94. It's a drag race to the line. 94 takes the win.
Mic off. Mic on.
Hard fought battle. Nathan Biggert used everything he can to try to get Whelan, and it's just by a nose. Maybe the front part of the car. I mean, that's what you want in racing here. A drag race to the finish. Just not enough for Nathan Biggert. Whelan had a great corner exit off of 2. And he just had enough to keep the momentum. The 94 is going to take the win here.
Mic off. Mic on.
At the Retro Velocity Racing Christmas 2023 special. And those guys are being silly. Whelan will take the win. Biggert is going to finish in second. Blount hangs on to third here. Holloway does make his way back to 4th. And Griffin hangs on to 5th there. That'd be your top 5. Man, what a battle there. That was phenomenal racing all night. We're going to speak to some drivers here in just a moment. I'm going to catch my voice back because I'm pretty sure it's gone. It's going to be gone here in a little bit. I'm going to throw up a quick break, and we'll be right back for your post-race interviews.
Mic on.
Welcome back to Chicagoland Speedway after a phenomenal race here tonight. I mean, lots of action. I think we had one caution there, and it's been pretty much green flag racing. Lots of mental fortitude. I mean, 15 for Church there. Unloading, go. Hey, you can't argue with that, right? We put it on the track and we run it. We're gonna speak to some drivers here. Eric Blount. I gotta ask him if I'm probably killing his name, man. Let me go to the see where these guys are at. So the number 6 third place finisher, Eric, you got me?
Copy.
Eric, how do you say your name, your last name, man?
Blount.
Blount. Okay, I was saying Blount. I'm almost there.
That's all right.
A little bit there. So Eric with the third place finish in this Mark Martin throwback. This is a nice take to some Mark Martin. I dig it. The best part's on a Ford, so I mean, you know what I mean. Can't argue with that, right?
No, I can't.
But so you'll everybody will realize pretty quick. I'm a big Ford supporter. It's Ford and then the other two manufacturers that they're on the racetrack for us to win, right? But Eric Mont gets third place after a phenomenal race. One yellow, majority green flag racing. It's old school style, just straight shot, no brakes, no time to really take a moment to breathe. Those restarts are pretty hectic. How did you approach this type of racing? We have official racing, which is nuts, league racing, which is a little more controlled, and then money racing is like a whole nother beast. How do you approach this kind of racing?
You just got to really take care of your stuff. That was the main thing here tonight was taking care of those tires. You had to double. We had 2 sets in the pits, and you had to double stand both sets. So you really had that first run. Take it easy. Don't abuse them. A lot of guys ran out the front door on the first run and then didn't have much left on the second one. So it was all about managing your stuff.
With tire sets so few, really only 2 extra, strategy was going to be a big factor. We didn't have cautions throw wrenches into our plans. It looked like Robert Kahn had it locked down there for a good portion, but big picture thinking between you and a couple other drivers who saved their set for the last stop there, and it with about 25 laps to go, it was looking kind of like, I don't know if it was going to happen or not. It was interesting to see you guys close in. You were making some headway, but with those green flag pit stops, that's something I think a lot of us have problems with, that we should really work on. Green flag pit stops there. Is that something you practice a lot, or because they look pretty butter smooth?
No, my pit stops is probably my weakest point. That's where I lose a lot of times to the guys running around me. Is usually during pit stops, because I'd rather be cautious than get nailed and your whole race is over for speeding on pit road or too fast entering or something like that. So I usually just be conservative getting on pit road, not try to make it up back on the track. So that's probably where I lost this one. I wasn't aggressive enough getting to pit road, getting off of pit road, but I took the safe route. Greg, great shout out to him, man. Great run, him and Nathan. We had some great battles up front. So, overall, can't be mad. Great night.
It looked like every position was just a dogfight. It's these guys are great competitors, and we have some pretty higher A rating guys on the racetrack. So it's kind of got to pick your battles as well, like you mentioned, save your equipment. But on the racetrack, we're pretty much doing it old school, no brakes, nothing. It's just green flag to flag, right? So a big majority of this race, especially after that early yellow under green, there's so much to attribute. We don't have like a lot of the big teams, the crew chief and spotter and like all these guys making our plans, telling us when to pit. we got to do more than just drive the car, right? So how do you gauge your plan? Sometimes we got to adjust on the fly, but how do you stay in control there, dodging traffic, knowing when to pit, when, cycles, all that stuff? So how would you as a driver stay focused in the race car other than just racing?
A great team behind you. I mean, I've got Gordon Lawson Jr. in my corner. We've got Ray Radford, Troy Radford. Um, we got a couple, really good guys in our corner that race with us on a daily that we consider teammates, and we throw information back and forth, and we're always working at the angles to try to get the best kind of strategy that will work for everybody in the group. And that's it. I mean, we have a great team behind us that we are always nitpicking those strategies and trying to find the best one.
Awesome. Well, a phenomenal race. Keeping your head down here, especially towards the end, making that last cycle, taking tires there, and you're dang near a lap down, about half a lap, maybe 3/4 down, coming off pit road there. What is your mindset there to try and get back to the leader? You got fresh tires, but roughly 25 laps left. Does panic set in, or do you stay focused? You know you're going to get them. What are you thinking at that moment?
I was really focused. I had Doug Wasaki's on our crew too, and Troy. They both were in my ear about just run consistent, keep hitting your marks, run those same lap times. They were giving me lap times. They were giving me intervals to the leader, how much faster I was than him per lap. So basically, it was just a countdown. We already knew with maybe 9 to go, I'd catch him. So it was just hit your marks, keep going. The nail in the coffin was I got to the 94 and I couldn't get around him. I ran up on him, had momentum, and I should have tried it, and I didn't. I said, well, just lay back. I'll pass him slowly, and his car was good, and it got better the longer we ran. Where he started to drop away from me. The 01 came up, he got around me, and I was like, okay, this, and I tried to focus and run back to those guys after trying to save a little bit of the right front, and I got kind of close, but it was a great race.
Just fantastic racing all the way around. Very cordial, everybody. Hard racing, but nothing too crazy, right? Glad to see the number 6 pull off a third place finish, though. Nothing to hang your head about. It was some fierce, hard racing. Give some shout outs. Who do you want to thank for this third place?
I want to shout out the team hotline, teammates Gordon, Ray, Troy, Doug, all the guys that was in there with us tonight. You guys up in the booth for all you do. Wifey for letting me come out and do this thing. And, Tim, who set this whole thing up. And, man, this has been great season, great atmosphere, great guys to be around. This is a premier thing, and he's done a great job.
Awesome. Love it. Have to thank the wives as well, right? She kind of has hold of the reins a little bit. But it's a great job. I'm excited to see you guys race there, and appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to all the fans out there.
Absolutely. There's Eric Blott in. Let me. I gotta put him back. He's way down here. I forgot what. Well, my bad. I forgot what room he is. There he is. My fault. Sorry, Eric. There you go. Eric will take the third spot place here tonight at the Christmas special. Next up is Nathan Biggert in the 01. Nathan Biggert, one of 2 Toyotas. The other Toyota finished 26. Todd Poston had some issues. The only other Toyota racing for the win. Nate, what's up?
Man, Toyota Power's where it's at, bro.
Hold on. Let's slow it down a little bit, buddy. No, it was awesome, man. You came from the back. I saw you running around 5th to 10th there at one point, and it's just big picture thinking, I think, is what it was tonight. There, we know some of us here who run the Chop series, the Chop leagues, know you're just a master, the Scott Dixon of NASCAR at saving tires, man. That's how I see it, because that dude's phenomenal, and the way you save tires is crazy. But money racing, it's something I've never done. How is the intensity level there? There's a ton of cars. It looked fierce but respectful. How do you enter a race like this?
Yeah, I honestly had no preparation for it. This would be my first time really racing for, just money wise. But it was fun, and I was honestly surprised. I don't know if everyone's just in the Christmas spirit of giving or what it was, but yeah, for this race to go with only one caution, I got to compliment the drivers between this league, Virtual Velocity, and the Chop Shop guys coming together, and anyone else that joined. Just everybody driving tonight did a phenomenal job at just racing hard, but racing clean. Just awesome racing.
So pretty much old school racing, flag to flag here. Everybody's got all kinds of strategies. Only 2 sets of tires for the night, and this is a pretty good long race, man. How did you set your strategy wise? What were your key points for the race tonight?
Yeah, it was interesting. Definitely different. It added strategy into it. With also they did the 50% fuel with it. So you were gonna have to pit for fuel every 25, 30 laps, and then tires you at the most. Even if if it went green, you're only gonna get them every 50 laps. So it was definitely mix things up. You could definitely tell some guys took their last set around that 100 mark, and quite a few others decided to wait till that last pit stop and then just did a full send with the last 30 laps. And that was a strategy I chose. I waited till the very last pit stop, got fuel, got fresh tires, and just went hard for that last 30 laps. And luckily was able to drive up, because I was basically I was a top 5, right around 5th place most of the race until the end, and was able to finally just push and use strategy to get me up there. But man, what a great battle with Greg at the end. Just got inched out, man, on that last exit of 4. I messed it up.
That high line definitely, it's so hard to pass underneath it looked like tonight, because you can't let the car rotate out of the corner and use up all that speed, right? You got to kind of keep it pinned down. Greg was doing a great job running the top side, but anything different you might have tried? Maybe shoot up on the outside, or anything different on your mind to try and get Greg there at the end?
I don't know, man. I think the only way I was probably going to beat him, we were really close on speed there at the end. I think it was just the fact of if I wanted to get rough. But again, this is a leagues coming together, everybody coming together, have some fun around the holidays. So, and I'm just not that type of driver to begin with. So I'm not sure I could have beat him, and I think I did better than I expected myself to, and I'm happy to come back with a 2nd place.
Man, this is it was a great a night to watch you guys running around the racetrack. This track's pretty weirdly shaped, and it's pretty tough there. How did you keep your composure throughout the night? It's rare we do races with such long green flags. A lot of leagues use the stage break rule now, so we kind of have a breather every here and there. But long green flag racings there, we start to, at least I do. I have the issue. My problem is I start thinking and I start messing myself up. How do you stay focused on the racetrack there? Little pit road hiccup, maybe contact with the 60 there as he turned in, but nothing crazy. How do you stay focused on the racetrack?
Yeah, it's mainly just not letting your brain wander and think about other things. So for me, it's just easy. I don't know if I'm the opposite of ADD or ADHD, whatever it is there. It's easy for me to dumb things down and just concentrate on what I'm doing at the moment. And that's what I did. And yeah, I gave an apology to Brian about that. I think he was having a hard entry to begin with and was a little out of shape. And so I was checking up hard to try to slow down, just didn't have enough time to do it and bumped in a little bit. But luckily, it wasn't a big issue. We both come out good. I think that was about the only incident I really had throughout the whole race. Other than that, it was just great racing. But yeah, I think again, like you said earlier, long runs are my specialty. I enjoy having to save the tires. Not huge on the hot lapping. I'm not usually going to be the fastest guy in qualifying or practice, but when it comes to them long runs, I do really well. So I think this race and this league, it suits my style, and I'm just happy with it, man. I enjoy long run racing, long green flag, nobody causing issues, everybody being nice, playing good, having fun.
Gotta agree. Some long green flag racing is my style as well. You can kind of get comfortable and turn some laps, right? Being the only Toyota on the racetrack, or one of two, it was a tough going there for the Toyota. It's a 50-50 really, top three and then bottom for the other for Boston. But any type of pressure manufacturer wise to represent the Toyota?
Well, not only Toyota, but man, I tell you, in practice, I come in with that Boston Bruins paint job, and I wasn't very popular. I was not very popular with the Southern crowd around here, so it was definitely some pressure to perform and represent for Toyota, New England, good old Boston Bruins, and luckily we got it done.
There you go, a 3 for in the Bruins car. Not popular, but he'll post up some results, right?
Yeah.
Well, Nate, it's a great racing here. I hope we can run some more of these. Are you gonna? So they're running on Thursdays. Are you planning to run with the guys?
I'm not sure. I know they're talking about meshing with Chop Shop for the GT3 series. I'll definitely be doing that, but I'm not sure about Thursday nights. I'll have to check and see.
Awesome. Well, give us some shout outs here. Who do you want to thank for this P2 finish?
Well, I guess main one would be Chop Shop. The admins over there are always treating me good. Appreciate them. Great league. Got to give a shout out to Tim and this league here. Virtual Velocity Pit Stall they come from, I think, was the old one. Just give a shout out to all the drivers again tonight. Excellent job by everybody. Shout out to the top 3. Greg, great racing at the end, man. That was awesome. He deserved the win. He did a great job. Eric for his 3rd place. And shout out to the broadcast, you Joe, Chop Shop TV, always doing an amazing job. Shout out to the fans watching, appreciate every one of you all. And like always give a shout out to my mother. Tell her I love her.
Love it. Mom's getting a lot of love lately, right?
Yeah, she is. She gets a lot of shout outs lately.
That's what it's about. All right, Nate, I'm going to send you back. We'll speak to Greg here in a bit. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Greg Whelan up next, your race winner for tonight in the 94 Red Bull Chevrolet. Whelan just putting on a show here at the end, almost pulling a Kevin Harvick out of nowhere there. Greg, what's up? You got me?
I got you.
Man, what a phenomenal ending. That was nuts. But before we get to that, it was a pretty lengthy race, 150 laps at Chicagoland tonight, and just kind of headstrong, real nice, consistent, and steady, staying up front. Con led most of the night, but some strategy came your way here. What were your thoughts for tonight? Was that the whole plan all along, or it's kind of on the fly?
So at the start of the race, I knew you couldn't pit at the earliest for tires until lap 90, so I took it super easy, floated to the back, and then everybody wore their stuff out, and I started marching forward. And then I had good pit stops and kind of got back up in the top 6 and just rode there. Worked the strategy out, and honestly, I thought the 88 and the 56 honestly had me beat heads up on my same strategy. But the 88, I don't know what happened to him, but I really thought he was going to win it. And then when I saw him fading on that last run, I was pretty surprised to even have an opportunity at the win. Do you know what happened to the 88? Did he leave a set of tires hoping for a yellow, or what happened?
So from what I could tell, Con took his set the stop before. I'm not too sure if he took one prior, but a part of me says he that was his second set that he took. And I thought I couldn't quite gauge if you guys had to pit one more time or not. So I thought it was the last stop until you guys came in again. But yeah, he didn't have a set left to take on that last stop. And then the catch-up race with 25 laps to go, you and Blunt had was pretty nuts.
Yeah, me and him, and then also I believe Blake was in the 56, where if he didn't lose his connection, he'd be talking to you right now instead of me. But yeah, that was I tell you what, I was hoping for a top 5 after the strategy washed out. And then when I started marching forward, I was like, oh, what, man, I actually got a shot at this. And then Eric started chasing me down. I had to hold him off, and we wore each other out. And then I was like, cool, he's kind of dropping back. He wore his stuff out. And then up comes, I believe, Nathan after that. He starts, working on me. It ended up being pretty exciting considering there was no yellows. Put on a heck of a show.
Man, we had one real early on between two cars. Nothing crazy. Everybody okay. A spin for the most part. But green flag racing, pretty much from the get go, right? Whole race is we need to stage breaks or none of that jazz. Green flag racing there. How do you as a driver? You're staying focused, turning these laps. We're just going. It kind of gets mundane sometimes. At least for me, I kind of start to lose track. I think I'm just getting old. I don't know. But how do you stay focused and keep that consistency? It's all about hitting the same line over and over and keeping your pace, not really being the fastest, but consistent. How do you stay focused doing that?
Yeah, so honestly, I've never run a race in these cars before. I run a lot of the 87s, and so most of the race I'm sitting there trying to figure out, okay, what does this car like? And I learned it's very aerosensitive, but I learned the best thing for saving the tires was that gigantic arc. So I just stayed consistent, made sure I hit my marks, and then lucky enough at the end of it, I was in a position to go for the win.
Man, with this fantastic battle with Nathan Biggert and Eric Blanc there, you see the six closing up. He's coming at you like a bull, right? Like a Red Bull. He's coming at you so quick in your mirror. Do you get any kind of jitter or a little nervous there? Or you kind of just get your head down and like, all right, we're gonna hold on to it. What are your thoughts there, seeing the six close in like that?
Initially, he was coming so fast, I almost let him go, just because I thought he was that much faster. But I was like, man, there's only a handful of laps. I'm going to race him for a little bit and see what happens. And if he gets position on me, I'll just be nice and lift and let him go. But I ended up being able to I hit my marks every time. I was able to race him on the high side. And I was like, oh, man, he keeps doing that. He's going to wear his stuff out. So I used that to my advantage. And then the same thing when Nathan came up on me. I was like, man, I can try to hold him off on the high side. We'll see how this goes. And sure enough, and I even sputtered right before the start finish line on that last lap.
Wow, just enough to the drop. What that's fantastic there. Battle with the six and with Nate in the 0-1 there. You're doing a great job on the high lane. A lot of guys were bottom feeders. You about middle of the track. I think you ran the wall a time or two, but mostly the middle of the track. That's just where the car was comfortable, where it liked to be, or.
Yeah, so in 1 and 2, you could run any one of the top 3 lanes. I just it depended on how hard I got into the corner and where I would float to and what kind of speed I'd carry through the center to make sure I just had the perfect run off. 3 and 4, I would start high and arc down to the low line if I could. If there's a car below me, then I just had to race them. And I felt like I had an advantage as long as I didn't overdrive it or I didn't get the arrow push from them getting their right rear, right on my left rear, right front, right on my left rear.
Man, well, just a great job. It shows a lot of progress. I think those 87s really, at least in my mind, I think they help us learn how to save a little tire because those things are boats. Wow. Right? But
yes, they're definitely a car you have to drive. The only difference between them and this, from what I can tell, remember this is my first race, is you have to drive these, but then you add a lot more aero in, whereas those, it's more draft over aero.
Little different in style, but it all helps out at the end. Greg Whelan taking the win tonight at the Chicagoland Christmas Special. I gotta ask before I let you go, do you have any real world racing experience?
Sorta. So I had a Hellcat for a number of years, and I used to take it out in that NASA group stuff and just kind of race that around. So before they shut Auto Club Speedway down, I was able to go out on the road course they have there, where you get to drive down the front stretch, doing 170 down the front stretch into NASCAR 1 and 2, and then you come off of 2 and you float on into the interior road course. It was a pretty good time, but that's the extent of anything serious that I have. Nothing beyond that.
Man, that sounds like a fun time there. There's no real substitute for being in the car, right? We can get close, but with motion rigs and vibration now, but being in the car, it's something magical, I think.
Yeah, the only difference is fear. They did a good job. Like the 87's, the reason why I race them so much is they did such a good job getting those as close to like driving my heavy ass Hellcat around. So little things like I go down into turn 1 and 2 in NASCAR Net Automatic, so I got 8 gears. Well, I drop down a gear in the middle of 1 and 2, and it does this little shimmy. Well, it does that in these cars as well, where you get a little shimmy when I was really impressed with the stuff that they're able to simulate. And then if you overdrive and you kind of get your tires a little hot, how it feels and how you can baby them back. Like some of these cars are silly compared to real life, but some of them, they've done a really good job.
They're pretty almost spot on.
Everything but the fear.
There you go. Maybe a little fear would go a long way to some of the driving out here. But hey, you're on top of the hill tonight. Way to go. Good, fantastic drag race to the end. It was exciting the whole way, seeing different faces up front. Give us some shout-outs for this win tonight.
Absolutely. Tim in the pit stall for putting this on. I ran with those guys years ago, and I just kind of went to the 87s. I very, very rarely run anything else, but I saw they were putting on a charity race, and I was like, I got to be here for this. And I got to give a shout-out to Eric and Nathan for just some unbelievable racing. I mean, if they ever got to the outside of me, you'd have been interviewing them instead of me. And then I've got to give a shout out to my family. I know my son's watching, and then also my fiance Marcia is downstairs screaming her head off. So I got to give a shout out to her too.
Awesome. Lots of family. I love it. Family is the great thing. It keeps us going, in my opinion there. Greg, thanks for talking to me. Good job on the racetrack. Great finish, and we'll catch you next time.
Merry Christmas, Joseph. Thank you for putting on the broadcast for this.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your family and to everybody. I love all of y'all, and I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight for watching some amazing racing. I mean, this stuff was awesome. VVR, Virtual Velocity Racing, they're going to start up some next-gen racing on Thursdays. It'll be hosted by me on Chop Shop TV, where you're at now. Please give a thumbs up. Please share the video, hit the sub. It doesn't hurt. It's free. It's all racing, all types of racing, dirt, road racing. VVR and Chop Shop have teamed up, partnered up to do some, road racing. I almost said dirt again. Some road racing. That schedule is going to be coming out. We'll make an announcement, all that good stuff. I hope you guys saw the commercial here. I'll play it one more time before I go. But lots of stuff going on. Chop Shop's on a break. I'm sure everybody's on a break this week because it's Christmas, right? And then we're back at it next week. Chop Shop's got trucks on dirt on Monday. I think dirt's over. We got trucks on Tuesday. Man, I need to write this down. I got to get my brain in order. We got trucks on Tuesday. That's with Jason on Signature Esports TV. So on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Kick. And it's one more I'm missing. And then we have the road racing series on Wednesday that's coming up. And then back here, Chop TV for some next-gen racing. There's 2 races left to go in the season. Nathan Biggert caught a win last week at Darlington, one of my favorite tracks. We'll see if he can keep the gravy train rolling. That's his 3 in a row, I think, for Biggert. We'll see who's got anything for him next week, who's going to lock themselves in, who's going to be out. And then one more race the week after for the next-gen series. And then we'll be back at it again for some truck racing the following week. So don't go anywhere. Please share the video. Hit some like, follows, share some love. Spread it with the world. A lot's going to go down here between Chop Shop and Virtual Velocity Racing. It's going to be awesome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Love everybody. And have a safe and happy holidays.